I'm losing money, losing sleep, and somehow it feels amazing. Sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. This year has been the hardest, most expensive, and somehow the most rewarding year of my life. We've been rebuilding this shop from the ground up, and today I'm giving you the real update, the good, the bad, and the lessons. Now make sure to hit that like button. All right, let's start outside the shop because this is where the biggest and the most expensive renovations happen. Come on, we finally got a fence. It's nothing fancy, but it definitely makes the lot look a lot more professional. And it's solid, sturdy, because safety always comes first. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been nice to have a motor on the sliding gate door because pulling it every day gets a little tiring. But man, those automatic gates are expensive. We'll save for that upgrade later. Funny story, the company that actually installed this fence, it's right there. What are the odds? This is what we have so far. They digged like 4 inches. This is gonna make the whole building more aesthetically pleasing. This renovation, hands down, the biggest and the most expensive project we've done so far. My brother owns a moving company, and those trucks are heavy. He had no choice but to redo the whole lot. Originally, he wanted to go with a concrete, but once he got the estimates, yeah, we're talking 80,000 to 90,000. Crazy, right? So the best option was asphalt. Still pricey, but way more reasonable. And it came out clean. And this is the final result. Huge difference, right? It finally looks like a real business lot, not some abandoned property. It's crazy how much a clean driveway and a fence can change the whole vibe. Now let's head inside because it's freezing out here. Come on. We'll start up here in the front. This is my brother's office. Nothing has really changed in this area. Well, actually, he did get some new cameras installed. The whole system got upgraded, so everything's way clearer and way safer. And we added these digital key locks, which is pretty cool. Makes everything feel a little more high tech. But because there's been so much construction outside, we've been using this part of the office as storage. So yeah, excuse the mess. Oh, and I almost forgot. There used to be 2 bathrooms here in the office. Now there's only 1. The second one is being converted into the men's bathroom. Since most of the office workers are women and all the movers are men, it just makes everything easier and cleaner because apparently men are a little bit dirtier. It makes sense. But enough of the office. Let me show you what has been really keeping us busy. Come on. So I can't show you the kitchen right now because they're working on it. But let's talk about it because that has been the most stressful part of the entire renovation. So many things went wrong. And we definitely weren't ready for everything that came with this project. We never had a kitchen before, so we were really excited to build one. I even sat down and started sketching out the layout, where the counters would go, the fridge, the sink, just trying to picture what it all would look like. After going over the outline with the construction company, everything started off smooth. Walls were going up, things looked organized, and then we hit our first major roadblock. We realized the ceiling heater was right on the way of the kitchen setup. Oh, we gotta take out this heater today and put it over there because I don't think that won't work. So we had to hire a heating and cooling guy. Thankfully, one of my friends. But that was another expense we didn't plan for. To save some money, I even jumped in to help him out. But in the end, the heater got moved, everything was working fine, and we kept going. Now here's where things went south. The company that was installing all this just abandoned everything. They even left their tools there. No calls, no texts. They just disappeared. Don't even know what happened. So it feels like we hit like a roadblock. For almost a month. Honestly, I still don't know what happened. My best guess is they underpriced the job, realized it, and just walked away. But their decision cost us a lot. First, because they were handling everything. Framing, electrical, plumbing, drywall, painting, flooring, the whole thing. Second, because they told us to buy all the materials that we needed. So we were stuck with all the extra material. We had to start from scratch again. It's been like almost 2 to 3 weeks that we haven't even done any upgrade. This is the only upgrade that we have done. Some contractors wanted to tear everything down and rebuild it from scratch. Others said they couldn't guarantee a good job because the first company was framing wrong. I don't know. Long story short, we ended up hiring 5 different companies for what one company started: framing and drywall guy, plumber, electrician, heating and cooling guy. Oh, and somebody that works with bricks. I think it's called the Manson. Our next roadblock was this furnace. It didn't even have a filter for the motor. It was like disgusting dirty. So we had to build a box enclosure for it. And the kitchen and hallway had zero heat. So once again, we called my buddy back to install vents. After all of that, my brothers and I jumped in to help. We painted the entire kitchen ourselves just to save some money. It was a full month of nonstop progress, setbacks, more progress, and more setbacks. For the flooring, tile was way too expensive for the kitchen and the bathroom, so my brother decided to go with epoxy flooring instead. Honestly, it came out really nice. And here's what we have so far. My brother and his workers have been installing the doors, finishing the bathroom, and doing a bunch of small details little by little. And right now they're putting on the cabinets. That's the last big piece before the kitchen finally comes together. We're still not done, but man, it's looking nice. I can't wait for the final results. Now, let's move to the middle section of the shop. And honestly, there's really nothing here. The original plan was to build a conference room and a showroom. Something clean, something professional, where we could meet clients and show off products. We kind of surpassed our budget by like 400%. So yeah, that part didn't happen. The only real work we've been able to do in this area is power wash the walls and the floor. Well, my brother did that. For now, it's basically an empty space we're just using for storage. But one day, the goal is to grow big enough to take over this site completely. I'd love to turn it into something useful, but right now, I just can't afford it yet. But it's okay, because every dream takes a while. Now, my dream screen printing shop. And let me explain why this whole thing has been taking forever. First, this building needed way more repairs than I expected. And look, I'm not rich. I had to set a budget for this project. And that budget went overboard. Like way overboard. Didn't know companies charge so much more just because it's commercial. Nobody warned me about that. There's a lot of times where I had to stop production, go work, save some money, and come back and start again. And honestly, I'm still doing that right now. First mistake was not planning this out thoroughly. It's been bills on top of bills on top of bills. And I'm still paying this new rent. I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. But you know what? It's all worth it. Now let me show you what we had done so far. First thing we tackled was the roof. My brother hired a roofer to patch everything up and clean the clogged drain. No more leaks. Next, I asked for help, and my younger brother came through. He helped me give the shop a deep cleaning because we were finally going to get ready to paint. We also sealed every opening we could find so this place can stay nice and cozy for the winter. Now, I've never painted brick before, so I did a lot of research. I watched videos, read articles. I even lost sleep the night before because I was overthinking. Luckily, my cousin's husband, Jose, let me borrow his sprayer, showed me how to use it, and told me to call him if I needed any help. I'll be honest, guys. A lot of the times, I don't know what I'm doing, but I still gotta do it. So let's go do what I don't know how to do. I didn't want to bug him, but I called him, and within 2 hours, he showed up. I thought he was gonna give me instructions. Nope. He said, just follow me. I spray, you roll, and we got to work.
I turn to you and hope you can guide the way. Sometimes I give up, just wanna be on my own. Even in the darkest times, you give me hope. So I lean on you when I've lost my way. I keep holding on for a better day.
After he did most of it, he handed the sprayer to me and said, now it's your turn. It turned into a full painting class. He was teaching me and my brother step by step. Man, I was stressed the night before. I didn't know what I was doing, but Jose came through, so thank you, Jose. Good morning. So this is how the shop looks already dried up. I just came to just pick up a little bit and cover this whole wall right here because construction is still gonna be done on the other side. So I don't want them to like dust this side again. I'm tired. I gotta go back home now. Next was the epoxy floor. White, gray, and black flake. I wanted to try something new. And boom, this is what we got. It wasn't cheap either, but worth every single penny. And finally, one of my biggest upgrades, my electricity. I finally have a circuit for each project. For my washout booth, for my exposure unit, for my heat presses, for my computers, maybe a DTF printer, for my, I really don't know here, I might put the engraver over here. You know, I also have some extra ones on top. I have over here for high voltage, and over there I'm gonna be putting a boiler, a water boiler, a small water heater. It's kind of exciting because everything's coming together. The shop still isn't done, but it's ready for me to start working. This space right here is my dream. And even though this has taken longer, cost more than I expected, and has stressed me out so much, it was still worth it. Now, I want to leave you guys with a life lesson and show you what it really means to be poor. Hear me out, because this is gonna make sense in a second. Now, there's a story in the Bible where Jesus feeds 5,000 people. But before that miracle happens, his disciples came to him and basically say, hey, send these people home. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's already late, so they could go buy themselves something to eat. And Jesus replies, you give them something to eat. Immediately, they panic. They're like, we can't do that. That would cost half a year's wages. So here's the problem. They were focusing on the wrong thing. They saw money as a provider. They saw a limitation, but they forgot who was standing right in front of them. The creator of heaven and earth, the real provider. But here's the moral of this lesson. Being broke doesn't make you poor. Not trusting God does. When I started this journey, I was broke completely. But somehow, some way, he made it happen. He brought the right people, the right timing, the right opportunities, even when I had nothing. So if you're in that place right now, keep going. Work hard, do your part, and trust God with the rest. God bless you all. Now let's go home.